Hey, what's going on? This is Sunshine.
And E.
All right, and it is time for
Storytime. YouTube world, YouTube subscribers. Thanks for coming back to Sunshine and E.
That's right. We're going to get into some questions during our story time. It's kind of what we do. We love the scenarios, but we got something different we're going to do. So I still want to put some in there, but right now we're doing some questions. And, sometimes we come up with these questions. That's why I want you all to get with your friends, family, whatever, and ask these questions. Because a lot of times when we start asking these questions, I'm thinking, man, there's not much to say behind this question. Then you get started, man, you're like, man, we got to cut this off. You get going and your mind starts working, and you start really kind of showing where you feel on what's your stance on a particular issue or whatever. So we're going to do, I think we got 2 questions. I don't know if you want to go with yours or want me to go with mine.
Kind of really. 3, almost, kind of, sort of, a little bit.
Okay,
so this is about vehicles. Would you prefer a car versus a SUV versus a truck? What is your favorite? Or what is your
preference?
Preference.
Okay. Out of those, I'm going to go up first because it's weird because it depends on. Since I'm talking right now, I have to talk right now. I've owned several vehicles. When I say several, not that they like Lamborghinis and Rolls Royce, Phantoms, nothing like that. But I just owned a lot. If I see something I like, I go out and get it and maybe keep for a while, whatever. So I've had tons and tons of vehicles. And I thought it's probably a couple of weeks ago, I thought I have never, personally me, owned an SUV. I've never owned an SUV. I have trucks, I had vans, minivans to conversion vans, cars with sticks,
What do you mean by me?
Huh?
What do you mean? You said me.
I mean me, because you've had an SUV. You got one now. I'm saying I never owned an SUV. I never had an SUV. Never purchased one. Never had one saying, okay, that's the kind you drive. You had several, but I've never owned one. I've never had one. So I'm just saying, in that case, in my time right now, the car I'm going to move out, and the truck is close. If I had a nicer, but it's still too big for what I want. Because I wouldn't mind having one, but it had to be just the cab, have the extra cab or whatever in the back. But then it becomes too big, so I'm going to have to go with an SUV. If I had to choose between those in my life right now, what's going on in my life right now, the SUV would be more fitting for me. So I'm going to roll with the SUV.
Okay. I'm with an SUV too.
Okay.
I mean, I've had cars. I don't mind cars. And we went to an SUV based on us having vans, but our family was fairly, it ain't large, but it was enough of us that everyone can fit in the vehicle. But we didn't want the van. Although we had a van, that's why I say we had vans. So when I got the SUV, I liked it, fit everybody, grew a little bit more, and then we got that third seat in the SUV type vehicle. So I like my SUV. I would get another one, and another one, and another one. So I like SUV. So let me ask you this. Based on your answer, would you prefer a sunroof or a convertible? Or does that change your vehicle altogether?
I don't know. I don't know if I've ever seen outside of maybe like a Wrangler, a Jeep Wrangler, where you have sort of like a sunroof. You said sunroof.
Sunroof versus convertible.
That kind of like a convertible, but to be honest with you, I prefer a sunroof. For me, the convertible for me is just too much air. It's just too much air. I mean, for me, because once I get a lot blowing in my face, my eyes start watering. I just don't. The sunroof is one of those where it's not much air, but even if it is, you can kind of control it. Let me close a little bit closer.
Right.
It's all or nothing with a convertible. And you can't ride with it. You know, it's going to take it out. So it's all or nothing for that. So it's just too much air for me because I never owned a convertible. No, we did rent one time. We did rent one. Too much air for me. So I'm gonna have to go with a sunroof on that.
Back to the original question. So I wouldn't mind. We rented a truck once before, and never thought we did have a smaller cabin truck, but that was a small. That's when our kids were like really little, and basically I grew up. But in the past, I would say it was 5 years. Within 5 years, rented a pickup truck that had a cabin, and I really liked that truck. And if I had to get a truck, I would get that particular truck. Not that, maybe not that brand, but that was a nice truck. It's just I didn't want to send it back. I was like, can we rent it?
It's just, I mean, but see, the weird thing is when you look at an SUV in a truck, and you take it from the first seats, that first part of the cabin up, they're almost essentially the same. So my theory is if you're not going to really use it on somewhat of a regular basis, the back, why not get an SUV?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying.
I agree with that. That's why I said if I had to get a truck.
But that truck was nice. I liked it. It was nice.
One.
It's
just too smooth.
Big, man.
The only thing is getting in and out of it. I didn't have an issue with it, but would I want to do that every day?
Yeah, see, that's true because it's a little higher. SUV you kind of slip into. In car you got to kind of go up from the ground. And then the trucks, you got to climb. You need a step ladder to get it.
I don't know if I want to do it on an everyday basis.
Yeah, and then parking. Like I like to get going. I like to pop around doing different things, especially when we travel. We like to scoot and move and all around, and that's. A truck is just not, can I get it? Oh, no, you got two people parked close to the lines and then you can't park there. So as you taper down, I wouldn't say that a SUV is a big step down, but, it's a little better than a truck. And the truck is, but I mean, like you said, it was nice. It drove real nice. On the highway it was nice. It was, nice inside, but man, it's just, if you ain't going to use that back, man, you might as well get an SUV.
Yeah, and I go for I used to think I wanted a convertible. And never really had a sunroof until I got my last vehicle. And funny thing, I hardly ever open it. But I still prefer that over a convertible. Simple reason is, if you flip in a car, it's still dangerous. But I can't imagine flipping in a convertible. How devastating that could possibly be worse. I don't know. Depending on the accident, if I just think you're a little bit more safer.
Let's think about that. We did have a convertible one at a time. We was working with this group and we shot a video and there was a convertible. Cops actually pulled us over while we shoot the video. It's like, hey, we care, whatever. So it was like we cleared nothing. We was just kind of out on the street shooting the video. And there was a convertible Mustang we had at that time. I remember that, a little red Mustang. But yeah, and when you said it, that's what triggered it because the cop was telling me how how bad it could be if you had an accident and how he's seen some things that happen to people that. But that we did have at that time. But the thing is, you said you don't use it, but you mean fully use it?
I don't fully use it.
Because you still open it up and get the sunlight.
Oh yeah, because I have where you can close it where it looks like it's just a regular vehicle, or I have the option to open to get the sunlight in. So I like to do that more in the wintertime as opposed to the summertime. Summertime it really gets really hot. Or sometimes I just crack it halfway. So, but but as far as opening it all the way, I can probably count how many times I've done that. Right. And my car, and it's paid for, so that goes to show you.
Oh, okay. So
we're
gonna stay into the mode of transportation, and this one's got to do a little bit more thinking. What I want you to do in this question is really, in a sense, overthink it. Overthink the best case scenario. Okay, so when I say best case scenario, consider all things and then make your choice. What is your favorite mode of transportation?
Man, I knew you was going to say that.
See, I want you to think outside the box in this situation and think, I'm not saying this is something that you got to constantly do all the time. It doesn't have to be a one-shot deal, but it's not something you have to do all the time. What's your favorite mode of transportation?
Now, am I going on my favorite one, or am I going on like the SUV, and then I'm gonna adjust the cars? Or
No. It's a vehicle, meaning transportation, meaning airplane.
Oh.
Yes. So consider everything: airplane, boat, car, train. What else we got?
Boat, car, train.
Car, airplane. Did you say airplane?
Mm-hmm.
Airplane. Yeah.
Boat, car,
Oh,
train, plane.
I guess that's about. I guess that's it. I guess that'd be it. I mean, basic transportation. I'm gonna put in like hot air balloons and
Helicopters.
and submarines and all that stuff. But just those basic four, I guess. And I just make it your best case scenario. What would you?
I don't know. It's kind of hard.
It is. Yeah, it is.
It's hard because if you, it's kind of hard because it'd be. Well, it's kind of hard because now I'm like, ugh. Yeah. I've done
okay, let's make it better.
All of them.
Let's say that this situation is kind of like a one-shot deal. The best you can get out of that one, and just list them in order from best to worst.
Oh, okay.
Let's do it that way. So
you said one-shot deal.
Yeah, meaning, okay, what's the best I can do, for instance, with a car? What's the best for one day shot or period of time? I'm focused on the car. What's the best I can do with that? Then you add in the plane or the train or the boat, and then put them in order.
Okay, I guess we're gonna go with.
We're gonna go worst to best or best to worst. What you gonna do? We go worst to best, because you probably have to try to figure out the top ones. So, which is the least favorite far as getting the most enjoyment out? Those four would be what? And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go with you. I'm gonna give you mine with yours. So we go one at a time. So we're going. Spot number 4 is what? You want me to go first?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, my spot number 4 would be a car. Automobile.
Worst?
That'd be at the bottom. Let's work my way up. Because there's not much I can do. That usually a car is transportation to get somewhere else. Period. Now there's another one that has that same thing, but I just think there's more value in another one. But so car, that's number 4 spot. Number 4 spot for you.
Just gonna say a train.
Train? Okay.
But they're nice. If you've never been on Amtrak or any kind of train other than
that's what I'm saying.
Other than from within your city.
Oh yeah.
Now if you're talking about like a
that's what I'm saying. Best case scenarios. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So train's gonna be.
Now we're talking about inner city.
No, just complete. That's what I'm saying. Take the total. Yeah, what's the best you can do?
Okay, so I'm just gonna say train.
Train. Okay, so what's your okay? I go next. My next one is gonna be plane. I'm very limited on what I can do with plane. What I love about it just gives you more time. We like to travel, and nothing like flying somewhere. You can actually fly somewhere for the weekend, come back, and really feel like you had a thick weekend, a real long weekend. Can't do that with a car. So so I'm going to go with my next up is the plane, because it's just all about transportation, getting there and save me time. So my next, I'm going car, plane, and I got the train and the boat left.
Okay. So now I got train. I'm gonna go with car.
Car. Okay. We just swapped those bottom two. Okay. The last two. To me, these last two are similar. I've experienced one. I know about the experience with another. But I'm going to have to go next up in line is the train. When I think about the best thing I can do with the train, it also offers some of the things that I can do on a boat, i.e. a cruise, but the cruise takes it to another level. So my last 2 orders are going to be train and a boat.
Okay. Mine is train, car, boat.
Train.
I'm sorry. Train, car, plane.
Okay. Oh, so you changed the order. Oh, train.
Car.
Plane. Okay. Then a boat. Okay.
Then boat.
Okay, because we swapped the bottom two. Okay. And I just think for me, that's what I'm saying. Best mode of transportation, I think I could get. To me, none of those. Well, outside of the train, and that would get tiresome after a while. Outside of the train, I think the boat I can be on for 7 days and actually enjoy myself for 7 days, as opposed to a train. Train, I might get a little bit more of it, but not as much as a boat. And the other two, I wouldn't want to spend 7 days on any of those two. Train,
What?
on a train, on a plane or a car, I would not want to spend hours after hours on those, 7 days on those. Think you can have that, you know. So, but we have, I think the longest road trip we had done is we went cross country. I think it was over 20, what was it, 20, was it 2,400 miles or was 40, I think it was, it's 1,000, so it might have been 2,400 miles. It took us a little while. We had some little issues. We had a breakdown. I think we had some issue with the brakes. And I think
the mechanic.
Yeah, I think the brakes. What happened was we was going in the mountains. Man, I'm telling you, if you've never been cross country, if you've never been out of your city or your state, is a world difference in probably, especially people in major cities and even people in small cities. Man, you'll see things you never thought you would see. People you'd never think you would see. People get out and travel. You see, it's an experience, and I loved it, man. We did, outside of the little few hiccups we had with the vehicle. Now, it was a rental, so if push come to shove, we'd have got another one.
There was 9 of us in there.
9, yeah, but still, she said 9 of them, but one was like this big.
For 6 weeks old.
Yeah.
Imagine, I traveled with a 6-week-old baby cross country.
And it's weird because we done it for a wedding. And it was a backyard wedding, excuse me. And we was really worried because the son was so young. We was really worried about it. And when the wedding started, he went to sleep and never woke up till the wedding was over. So it worked out beautiful. It was like, oh, we had
because we were in the wedding,
yeah,
so you know, I forgot about that.
Yeah, he slept the whole wedding. I was like, oh, good.
And let me tell you, okay, we're getting into too much.
Okay. But so that's transportation. We kind of breaking off in different areas: music, entertainment. This time was transportation, and you probably can kind of feel what kind of people we are. We try to be jet setters or trailblazers, and we like to hit that road, get out there, hotel stayers. What's the other one? What's the other one?
Let me. Ooh.
So don't go. I'm going too far. Don't go too far.
No, you know what? We should have put a mobile home in there.
And where?
In the equation.
In what? In the transportation?
Yeah.
No, who want to go? Oh, you mean a motorhome?
Motorhome.
Oh, you said a mobile home. I thought
I'm sorry. Motorhome. I'm sorry.
Like,
my bad.
I know there used to be wheels on there, but I mean, no, okay, yeah. That would be fun. That should.
It is fun.
You know what? That should have took the place of the car. Instead of the car, we should have had the motorhome. But maybe we'll do that next time. But no, I was. I forgot what I was thinking about, but I was just saying, just the type of people we are. We'd like to get out and do. Oh, that's what I was saying. We'd stay in hotels, but the other one was. What's the other one was like to stay in personal house type deal.
Oh, bed and breakfast.
Bed and breakfast. We like to do those. You know, there's a certain etiquette.
Resorts.
Resorts. I mean, but there's a different vibe to each one of them. Maybe we get into that later on.
Yeah.
But there's a different vibe to each one of those. And those people that get into those understand that. To even cabins or houses out in the mountains and all that stuff, you know, it's just, there's a lot of stuff. If you haven't done it, haven't tried to get out there and do it, man, while you're able to get around and do things, take advantage of that.
Yeah,
but
we got you know, you all have, before you close us out, you know, any questions, you know, that you like to throw in our comments to say, hey, what's this, da 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 da. Just like when we're giving you our scenarios and answers, you know, we see that some of you guys are commenting,
right,
which we appreciate because that's what we want to hear.
Right. What
are your favorites based on what we're talking about currently in that particular video? You know, throw out something that would prefer, or you know, some scenarios or whatever, and then we can present that.
Yeah, we'll just do one or two things
and respond based on how we feel about that.
Yeah, we'll do a couple videos strictly on that. You know, that'd be cool. I like that. You know, because instead of me sitting around figuring it out, but that's cool too. But but before we get out, do me a favor, just go ahead and like this video. Go ahead and hit that like button and comment below, like she said, and I do believe that's it.
That is it. Thanks for following Sunshine and E.